Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello everyone and welcome to This is Football. Welcome to yet another stream, ladies and gentlemen. We out here. Um, it's your favorite stream, your weekly dose of Husam x Tom Little. I probably think the way this summer is headed, me and him are probably gonna do more than just a weekly dose. It's gonna be maybe 3 or 4 times a week, like university lectures. And before I even introduce Tom, sometimes, guys, it's hard to support this football club. I swear to God, specifically when it comes to transfers. How do I do an Ugarte video yesterday and the next day we're just unserious, like directly? Honestly, what can a man even say? What can a man even say? But this is what we're here to discuss. This is a video, ladies and gentlemen. It is gonna entitle is the word entitle or entile or that's gonna include Liverpool's future. I want to speak on this season as well because, man, some people are actually arguing it's a successful season. I want to actually get Tom Little's view on it. Me, you already know my stance on Mount. He's pro Mount, I'm anti Mount, so we're going to get into that as well. Before we get started, whether you're watching this right now or on the replay, because I know a whole lot of you guys like to watch Husam x Tom Little on the replay, make sure you slap up that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're yet to do so. The road to 13K continues. We're this close. We're only 60, 70 subscribers away. So slap up that like button. Subscribe to This is Football if you're yet to do so. And of course, this man needs no introduction. He has become a massive part of this channel. He is like Jordan Henderson comparing himself to Luka Modric today. I'm scrolling through Twitter. I see Henderson getting one of the Modric comparisons out, bro. This is a man that fully believes he's a Modric when really he's a Henderson. Joining us on the channel is none other than the birthday boy himself. It's already started in the comments. I didn't even start it, Tom. Man, like Tom Little. How you doing, man?
Not to it. Ryan sent me a super chat to wish me happy birthday. It's actually financially. People are financially wishing me happy birthday now. Like, this is getting out of hand, man. This is getting out of hand.
I actually can't believe someone actually met you in real life and was like, "It's your birthday." That's unbelievable. You should have asked who he was, though. You know how much fun we would have had if we knew who he was? That would have been so beautiful.
You could just fucking invite him on the channel so you could just keep asking me happy birthday every time. That's it.
Hey, to be fair, I didn't even start this time. You can't even blame me. It was the comments. See? Look at this, right? First comment, big up. Second comment, happy birthday, Tom. See? I didn't even do anything. We haven't even went live at the time. See? That comment
Honestly,
is from...
these comments, they have better work rate than Henderson to get these happy birthdays, and I don't get it.
They do. That comment is from 6 hours ago. Big up Sultani says, my favorite duo. Big up to Elon. Big up to Gunpie. What a name. Big up to Mohammed Shafiq, of course. Free Palestine. Big up to Brian. Big up to Sultan. See? Second comment. Happy birthday, Tom. Big up to Ali. Big up to Yuvraj. Big up to Tareen. Big up to Dark. Big up to you, my brother. Never call him Money Mount over here. Me and Tom are going to fight about that in a second. Big
Money
up to Sidi.
Mace.
Big up to Joe. Big up to Lee Govender. Big up to Double T Records. Big up to Ryan. I'm going to put up your super chat in a sec. Big up to Lucas. Big up to Ravi. Make sure you listen to him and like and subscribe. Michael is in the building. Man like Anfield Road and Ilya Abdus. A big up to Tariq. Big up to Bald Ollie. Big up to Bald Ollie. I have indeed sent him the £2 for his noodles. 100% can confirm that. Big up to George. Tom blinked twice if I'm lying. Big up to Ben. And big up, that's 3 times, so I'm not lying. A big up to Mikam. A big up to Grand One. A big up to Abdus. Big up Chanbei and Husam. I'm going to put up your super chats up in a second. Big up to Timmy. Big up to Dale, Estonian, Ali. I like how much, you know what I like about this channel? I like how much like diversity there is in the comment section when it comes to names. Like it ain't just like Tom and Ben watching us. Like it's like there's so much spices, sauce in this comment section, I didn't realize StreamYard is auto-starring super chats now. Yo, that makes my life easier. I used to go through them and start them. Thank you, StreamYard, for all the developments you've done. Big up to Ryan says, big up my brothers and happy 70th birthday. Have a great day. Also, this Ben guy on Twitter cut me out. Listen, I'll be real with you, my brother. Ben is a lost hope. Ben is 100% a lost cause. Give up. I tried all summer long last summer. I tried. Me and Husam X SMX LFC was an actual fight last summer. Tom was there. Ben can't be helped. Ben is the bottomest top rat you will ever meet your whole life. He's a confused brother. You get me? Big up Ben, but he just hella confused. Big up to you, Ryan, for the super chat because this is supporting the channel as well. Big up to Chombe. He says, I'll be so surprised if you sign more than 2 players. Chombe, this is why me and Tom are here. Me and Tom, you know what? Let me just say this, and I'm not even taking the piss. I'm being dead serious. I think if me and Tom were sporting director of Liverpool, would actually do a better job. Genuinely, like dead serious.
No, we wouldn't get past the stage one of deciding whether or not we sign Mount. We'd be stuck in the office for 3 months trying to decide whether or not to sign Mount.
You know, sometimes I think, Tom, like, how many times have we actually solved Liverpool's problems on Husam X Tomlin? How many?
I don't think we've ever sold them. I just think we've said both sides of the arguments.
Look at me. I'm trying to big us up, and you're just here like an idiot. You're such a bozo. You're actually.
To be fair, there is one thing Husam X Tom did achieve, and we are taking credit for the Curtis Jones redemption arc. He was 100% in that stream. He heard it. He's there. My boy Curtis. So we've achieved something good.
This is just. You know what? Actually, big up to Curtis because he has stepped it up, but we just need consistency, man. We need consistency. Tom, bro, where do you go to the gym?
I don't go to the gym.
Can't lie, you look like you go to the gym though.
No. All
No,
natural.
Big up to Tom Bay who says happy birthday, Tom FSG and Klopp out. I love that you said happy birthday, Tom, and then you're just like FSG and Klopp out. You know, my favorite people on earth are the ones who are like both FSG and Klopp out. You know why, Tom? Because they're just the fully like have had enough with everything type guys. Like Tom Bay's just fully had enough. He's just
they're about 5 minutes away from Liverpool house. Just get a new club in. Rebrand the whole thing.
Matt said, get the manager out, get the ownership out. He's just tired of everything. Get the
stadium out. We don't want to play at Anfield anymore.
Yeah, let's just play, you know? I don't know where. Wembley. Big up to you, man, Chombe. Anfield South. Big up to Dale who says, even Chelsea fans are not pro-Mount. Big up Donald Husam and Little Scousers. Tommy, happy birthday. Little Scousers? Yeah, is that like a show or something?
No, it's a song. It's not Little Scouse, it's Poor Scouser Tommy, the chance.
Dale, thank you for the super chat, my brother. And listen, Mount has been mentioned already 100 times. We best believe there is going to be a Mount segment on this show. Me and Tom just getting warm up right now. You know, because I can't lie, I'm going to start on present first before we get to the future part. But Dale, stick around for the Mount section if you would like. Thank you so much, Habibi. Joe, all the way from Australia. Joe, let me ask you a question. Do you actually eat Vegemite sandwiches also? I'm very curious to ask you. Does anyone really believe FSG will spend the money on key players that Liverpool actually need? You know, Tom has said it once on one of these shows, and he's right. Like I kind of think they have no choice. Like
it's an investment. They are in this business to make money out of Liverpool. They will not make money out of Liverpool if we're not in Champions League. So you have to look at it as. Then I don't think they're going to sell this club within the next 2-3 years now. I think that boat is sailed. So they're in it for the long term. 1 year where they're in the red for numbers could lead to 3 years where they're in the big green for numbers, rather than 4 years of slight red, even more red, because you're missing out on that prize money. Football waits for no one. And you're looking at Newcastle, Arsenal, United, City, Chelsea all spend the money. If we don't, I'm not saying you need to do it every window, but you need to do it once every couple of years to reset it, to reset the scales of balance. Because we can stay up at the top level, but 50 to 60 million pounds a year isn't going to do that when other clubs are spending.
I agree with Tom, by the way. I think that their pockets are just affected now. It's just getting to the stage like where they kind of have to, or we're just fully screwed after this year. Chombe is back. He says, I want to make top 4 for the sake of what would FSG in and Klopp will say about not signing Jude. I want to know FSG will be in. To be fair, this is a fair point, because here's the thing. A month ago, and Tom himself has used this specific argument. A month ago, the argument was we don't have Champions League football, so we don't have money. So now the question that I will ask is, okay, if we do have Champions League football, like, then what? If we do finish top 4, then what? Because your excuse all along was we didn't have Champions League football, and that's why we can't get Jude. So now, if we get Champions League football, isn't it by definition we should get Jude? Genuinely, though.
No, because buying Jude wouldn't solve the problems, and I think we said that back in October's time, didn't we? When the problems were there, and we were sitting there going, "You can't just sign Jude this window because that won't fix any problems. Because when he gets injured or when he needs a rest, you're back at step 1 again." So I'm gonna have to apply that same
What if the
logic
price
again.
tag is real? £88 million.
I can promise you right now that price tag is not. That might be his release clause next year, but this summer he's not going for 88 million. Not a chance, especially not if they win the league. Easy 120. Easy 120. So I can understand. Do I agree with it? That's a whole different kettle of fish. I still don't know if
But
I
that was
agree
the
with it or not.
excuse, though. That's the thing.
It
Like,
was,
forget your own opinion. The excuse was from all the journalists that we didn't make Champions League football. That's why we ain't got the money. So now, what is the excuse?
the journalists make all the excuses up, don't they? Remember one? You just need to go through the fucking art. James Pearce done an Arthur Miller one, and he said the Queen dying is why Arthur Miller's Liverpool career never got off the ground. How inconsiderate of the Queen to die and ruin Arthur Melo's Liverpool career. How inconsiderate of us to waste £4 million. She could have just, waited a couple of weeks before kicking the can. No, has to go ruin Arthur Melo's career. See why the journalist side of it just doesn't make much sense.
I actually want to go find that tweet as well, because I know exactly what you're talking about. Honestly, I actually am gonna search through my tweets as well. That was just a horrible thing. But Chombe, I agree with you completely. Listen, from my perspective, if your excuse was we didn't get Champions League football, Mr. James Pearce, Mr. Paul Joyce, guess what? We've got it now. So talk to me now, brother. If we do get it, if I am Klopp in and he wants Mason, I will be fine. Hey, listen, you can be Klopp in without agreeing with every single one of the things that he wants to do on earth. You get me? It's not like, listen, Chambe. Now, brother, thank you for the super chat. You know, I got nothing but love for you. But just because I support Klopp doesn't mean that I'm going to agree with every word that he does. I'm not a robot. I'm not one of them robotic people. Like, I will 100% constructively criticize Klopp all the time.
It, Sam. I found it. Took me zero time at all, but I managed to find. Arthur was the sticking plaster for LFC's midfield crisis. Instead, he's played 30 minutes in 8 months. Progress blocked by injuries and Queen's death.
Imagine this is a serious, like, this is an actual headline.
You have to
Can you
pay
zoom
to
in?
read this.
Can you zoom in just for the people watching in the replay?
Yeah,
just zoom in so we can just see the title. Guys, Tom is not making this up. It's literally written right there. Can you imagine? Progress blocked by injuries and Queen's death. I'm actually like, I don't even know what
You
to
have
say.
to pay for this article, by the way, Sam. You have to pay for this journalism.
Oh my god, I cannot believe that, like, someone actually wrote this. Someone like tweeted this out and thought, good idea. Also, why are you following James Pearce?
Because I need someone for the news.
Tom out. Stop following next to him. Tom out, man.
It does, yeah. Follow all the Liverpool journalists.
Tom, you know that you yourself probably know more about Liverpool transfer news that he does. So let's not even go there. Dale says, whoops, thanks for the correction, Tom. I think he's referring to the little Scouser thing. Big up to you, Dale. Thank you so much. Don't tell me all that muscle is hereditary.
Sorry, but...
What muscle, though? Where is the muscle?
I don't know what he's on about. Is it just because my shoulders look big? That's all you really see.
I think your shoulders do look good, though. Like, probably, do you swim a lot?
No.
Bro,
I don't work out in any way. Like,
this is what, just genetically superior or something? Like, okay, fair enough. Joe says he does eat Vegemite sandwiches. You have to tell me how it tastes, brother. Big up Hazy on the panel says Ozan Kabak. Who the hell is Hazy?
Right. Remember that Never File thing that when that man there paid $10 a night to sing the first verse of that?
I'm so disappointed in you. You didn't sing it here. Why didn't you sing that here?
Because the offer was never put out on this channel.
Can you run it for the channel now?
No, if they want to go watch, you can go find the video. Got spread around very clearly.
Hey, you do have a future in rap based on that video. I watched it as well. We know you're joking, Qusay. This man is built like an ice cream stick. He's شكله زي الشلمونة. Like I just told him, like, like you look like a straw, bro. Like what muscle? Like
no muscle there.
come on, man. Man said muscle. Of course, we know you're joking. Felipe says, Sadio Mane back to LFC. Here we go. No thanks. No, thank you. I am good. I am extremely good.
Well, no.
Tom,
I
I'll
can't
start
even. I can't justify that one. I can justify
don't
Mounds. I
worry about
can't
it.
justify that one.
I don't think even Kurdish himself would justify that one. But thank you so much, Felipe. And keep your dirty hands off of Salah, please. That's the one shining light I have. He's about to score 20 on a bad season. 20 Prem goals, that is. He's already hit 20 overall. Big up to Pearce says, Mason Mount is generally a really good player, but I just don't like his face.
Poor Mason.
I fucking love this channel, man. But I just don't like his face.
He's done nothing wrong, and you've just insulted him because he looks. There's lots of girls who fancy Mason Mount.
Yeah, he don't even look bad. Like
He always he's near the top of them fit lists. I think it's just a little bit harsh on him. The poor lad.
I just completely disagree with that super chat because I don't think he's a good player. I don't mind his face. When you say you hate someone's face, it better be Bruno. That's what I mean. Like,
Bruno, Bernardo, and Richarlison. Oh,
yes. Now we're
Despise
talking
all of them.
about hatred of a face. I just don't think he's a good player. That's my problem, not his face. I can't lie to you, you know? Oh, here come Lewis already. Lewis. You know, Lewis, me and you are going to fight one day. I promise you. I promise you we're going to fight, Lewis. Behave, brother. Man said Mason Merseyside Minerals Mount.
Yeah, no. Take the minerals part out of it, and I can hear it. Mason Merseyside Mount.
That just sounds so wrong.
Or Money Mason Merseyside Mount. That sounds better. You got to get the money part
Arthur is
in
the
there.
best way I describe FSG. I can't lie, I'm gonna be real with you. Arthur is probably a Klopp fuck up more than anything else. Like FSG maybe didn't give him the money towards the end of the window, and that's why I like to keep a balance always. Like all this, we can't blame FSG for everything. I'm gonna be real with you. And then Chombe says, I'm a Jota sale away to lose it completely. Bro, trust me and Tom Little have been on this channel on Husam X Tom Little saying we shouldn't sell Jota. The thing is, like, we moan about depth as a fan base. We get some depth, and then three-quarters of people want to sell it.
We want to sell the depth after we get it.
And then next season, when we're playing like some random kid called Max Voltman as left winger, everyone just loses mind.
You only know that name because of the AC Milan slander in the space.
100%. Don't tell me like you actually like recalled that name. He didn't do anything significant, man.
No, I didn't know Max Voltman. But
Yeah.
I remember the name. That team we put out for that second leg of AC Milan. Oh my god.
Big up Chombe, man. Listen, we're gonna get started now. Let's get this show on the road. We ran through the super chats, been a fantastic start. I can't lie though. The one Peyrad said, like this one, he's just like, he's a good player, but I just don't like his face. This one's the worst one because I think he's a bad player, but I don't mind his face. I can't lie to you. I don't think he's like Bruno or anything. But anyway, speaking of, big up Peyrad, big up Felipe, Ozan Kabak, Joe, Chombe, Qusay, Dale, and Ryan for the super chats. Big up to everyone for all the love and support they've shown us in the month of April, May. Like you guys have been unbelievable since the turn of the year. Everyone watching us right now, 200 people are in here. We ain't even started yet. Slap that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're ready to do so. Every single person watching us right now, please like the video, subscribe to the channel. Mick already knows. Just slap that. I don't want to just press. I want to just slap that like button. Subscribe to This Is Football if you're ready to do so. And let's get into it. Tom Little. You know, I went on kind of a mini rant on the fan base a little bit when it came to, I know you saw that kind of the massive poll where people were talking about, you know, failure and success this season. How much would you rate it out of 10? You know, what would you, I'm not angry with Arsenal's success. I always defend you, you bastard. Anyway, so here's the thing, Tom. How much would you rate this season out of 10 with and without top 4?
4 with, 2 without.
Talk to me, why? And why do you think rating it high is wild?
Because they are rating it high based off the situation we are in, which is fine, except this club should never be in the situation that it's in. We were literally 45 minutes away from a quadruple last year. And now people are trying to tell me that snatching 4th place with 3 games to go against a United side that aren't that good is success. You can't. I don't rate last year as a 9 or a 10. I rate last year as a 7. I can't reasonably put this anywhere close to that because at least you won 2 trophies last year. At least we had the title challenge last year. At least we made the Champions League final last year. This year, top 4 as a 4. That's that's pushing it. It's arguably a 3. It's arguably a 3 with top 4. It's not a success at all. We've had too many people have made too many mistakes. Too many people haven't performed at the right level, and you're wanting to try and tell me it's a 6 or a 7. No.
And you want to know why? One of the reasons is we beat Man United 7-0.
We beat Man United 9-0 across 2 games last year. We lost to them this year. We lost to them this year. I'll tell you right now, Husam, that 5-0 away at Old Trafford last year holds just as much weight as the 7-0 at Anfield this year. If not, maybe slightly, and I do mean ever so slightly less, because last year was on their own turf. Last year was against, a United side that people thought were going to be title challenging because they had big Cristiano Ronaldo and everything. Like, it can't be. I don't get how people are trying to sit there and put it as a 6. It's not. It's nowhere. You can't put it anywhere above a 5, and that's being generous. That's being very generous, putting it above a 5. Like, I don't get it. If you want to judge it by mid-season expectations, sure, it might be a 7. But I don't judge by the mid-season expectations when I review it at the end of the year. I judge by the mid-season expectations when I'm in the season. My pre-season expectations were to win the title. Fuck me, we've done an awful attempt at that.
If I told you on a Husam X Tom last summer we're gonna be fighting for top 4 with 4 games to go, I promise you'd have laughed in my face, called me too negative, too pessimistic. So why don't we keep the same energy? With all due respect, I always tell people this: look, if you want to give the season a 7 and an 8 for a top 4 challenge, even a successful one, let's just sell Salah, let's sell Alisson, let's sell Van Dijk, buy a bunch of youngsters, and let's just go fight for top 4 every year. Honestly, what's the point?
It's stupid. It's stupid in my eyes. I mean, we're trying to create a culture of winning at this football club now. A new culture of winning, because we had one. We lost it. We're trying to create a new one. Cultures of winning don't revolve around snatching top 4 in a disappointment of the season. It doesn't. Culture of winning is based around winning trophies. And when you look at, even if yes, we might get top 4, so the Premier League's not a complete failure. Let's go to the Cups. Embarrassed by Brighton. Pretty dead showing against Man City, and the less said about that Real Madrid side, the better. So what are we doing there? What are we doing there? It doesn't. It just. There's you can call people too negative. That's fine, but there's also the people who are way too positive. You've got to be realistic at times, 100%. And realistically, this season is a failure.
I can't lie to you, like. The unpopular opinion, but the people who are extra positive are probably even worse to speak to. Like it's just they just get on my last nerve. I'm gonna be sorry with you. So now, speaking of getting on my last nerve, Manuel Ugarte, Thomas Little. Mm-hmm. If there's one thing that epitomizes Liverpool Football Club, it is this. Yesterday I actually made a Ugarte thumbnail. I went live on YouTube. And I still remember word for word, bar for bar, I said, the key in getting Ugarte, because there's so much interest, is the quickness. Bro, when someone has a release clause, it's crystal clear. Let's just quit fucking around. With all due respect, 52 million in today's market is like 20 million 10 years ago. What 10 years ago? Even 4 or 5 years ago. Like, this is a 15 million deal. Like, if you go pound for pound, inflation in the football market accounted for, this is less money than Oxlade-Chamberlain if you account for all things. And we're just sat here thinking about it. Yesterday, I'm so excited. Yes, Ugarte. Okay, let's do this. A day later, I'm saying, and by the way, let me just address one thing, because I feel like this is the dumbest thing you can ever hear. People come and tell me, he can't be that good. He's linked to Aston Villa. Oh, really? Same way we left Macallister go to Brighton and then wait till we buy him. And we left Caicedo go to Brighton and then wait till we buy him. And we left this guy go to this place, this guy to go to that place, this guy to go to this place. So all you want is for him to go to Aston Villa, kill it for 2-3 years, and then suddenly that 52 million is about to become 130 million. So where do we go from here? This is the thing. And we saw Declan Rice, for example. Even with the English tax, remove the English tax. His price tag's probably what, 80, 90 million without the English tax, you know? So even without the English tax, you're going to pay, this is the going rate for a midfielder with so much potential. This guy has a release clause of 52 million. What are we waiting for? This is what I don't get. The DM position for me is genuinely one of the ones that we do have to take care of because, look, Fabinho's turned up over the last 5-6 games, but I keep the same energy I keep for Fabinho that I keep for Curtis Jones. Like, we're not going to sit up here and start making future decision based on 5-6 games. We need to see consistency. We need to see we need to see it happening week in, week out, leading to winning football. We can't sit on our ass and just go oh, Fabinho's played well over the last 4-5 days. That's it. Bro, it's just so silly and just shows our unseriousness. I'm very with you. If any club really wanted Ugarte like that, 52 million is nothing but pennies compared to today's market. It's the truth. And I know Tom maybe isn't as big on Ugarte as I am. I think he is because he said Goncalves and Ugarte is probably the two he would get as well.
I like Manuel Ugarte. I think he's a top player. When I look at it, I'm sitting there going, I can understand why you don't want to buy him, but if you're not going to buy him, you have to go and get the other one. You have to go and get Romeo Lavia. I can understand why you might lean towards Lavia because he's homegrown, because he's younger, because he's got Prem experience. That's all fine. But if you're going to miss out on Ugarte, you have to go get him. I'm not settling for Sanderberg because that's bollocks. I'm not settling for Stefan Bajcetic and Tyler Morton. No.
Yeah.
Because
did you see them do Tyler Morton prop, by the way? I know you saw that on your timeline.
They'll do it. I know they'll do it. It doesn't make sense. I'm fine with you not getting Ugarte if you get me Lavia. That's my view on it. I can understand why you get it, but
don't you think the competition for Lavia is even worse than the competition for Ugarte? That's the thing. Again, it's not just going to be us calling that phone.
No, I know it's not going to be like that. But when I look at it, the best players have competition around them, and we should be able to win these bidding wars almost. We should be able to convince players to choose our project. If we can't do that, then we're probably in the shit. So, yes, the competition
we should be able to do that,
probably a bit more fierce.
To do it.
Like who else is in for Lavia? I know Chelsea are in for him.
Chelsea are.
I don't get why anyone would go.
And Chelsea are in for Ugarte as well. So if Chelsea, for example, don't get Ugarte, then for a fact they're going all out for Lavia. That's the truth.
Again, though, I still think we are a better project. We are a better club at the minute to go to than Chelsea. Money, yeah, money's fine, and then that's a different kettle of fish. But I'm not worried about players not choosing us because of sporting reasons. We are still the better fit. If it purely comes down to money, then I'm not really all that fussed about it.
But it's not the player money; it's the club money. I'm not talking about wages.
If they overpay on the transfer fee, they overpay on the transfer fee. The dickheads for it, and they've got to have even higher expectations for it. I'm not happy. This comes across as like happiness. It's not. It's annoying, and it's just. I knew it was coming. It was going 2 players out. I knew it was coming. So let it happen. If you're not going to get me Ugarte, you go get me Lavia. If you don't get me either of them, then we're in the shit. And
I told you off cam. I still remember. I told you off camera. I'm gonna tell you what the fear I have for this whole DM position, right? And you kind of spoke on it because I think me and you, we have similar way of thinking when it comes to this club because we've just been bitten before. You know what I really, 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 really don't want to happen is we sign 2 weights, right? And then you wake up one day and there's a Klopp interview talking about using Bajcetic as the starting DM for Liverpool Football Club. And and I know as well, let's cut the crap. you know that's a massive possibility. You know this is a possibility.
It's the Tyler Morton one that worries me more.
Oh,
He's not.
God.
He's not even been great for Blackburn. I'll put it plainly simply. I haven't watched as much as Blackburn as others, but I've mates who watch Blackburn. He's not actually been that good. He's been average. The Blackburn fans don't really like him, but the journalists and the lone watch people will try and convince you he's been good. He is the reason Blackburn didn't make that semi-final of the FA Cup, because he was the dickhead who gave it away for the third goal and sat there holding his face when he hadn't been touched and the ref didn't buy it. That I can't risk that in the Prem. I can't risk that. If you're doing that in the Championship against Championship sides, I can't risk that against the top sides. You cannot be an option next year. You need another loan. We have to go out and buy a DM, because guess what? We're going to have to go out and buy one next year anyway, because Fabinho needs replacing. Why not just get ahead of the curve? That's the part that I don't get. So I'd love to see.
We never learn, you know. We never learn. Never.
I'd love to see Lavia. I would love to see Lavia.
Bro, but
step in.
Chatic is good, but like starting DM.
Manchester doesn't have the body to play DM for us. He's not built well enough. That can come with age, but he's not built well enough. He is still 18, 19.
Guys,
I cannot be putting these expectations.
People are talking about Bajcetic to prove you wrong. Let me make something clear. Me and Tom both really like Bajcetic. Let's cut the crap here. We're talking about starting DM for a team that should win the league next season, because we've already had 3 off seasons now. Fuck this whole, oh my God, challenge, compete crap. No one gives a fuck. Here's the thing. We're talking about taking Bajcetic to the Bernabeu if we qualify to the Champions League, taking him to the San Siro, taking him to all these stadiums and relying on him as the starting DM. Do you understand? Me and him fully believe in Bajcetic. We love Bajcetic. We have come on Husam ex Tom Littles and said Bajcetic has been our best midfielder all year long. Like, we have not said a single bad word about Bajcetic. But the guy, he's still a young kid. You can't run him as the starter. You can't. That's the problem. It's not lack of belief.
Stefan Bajcetic is good, but you wouldn't see Man City running a 19-year-old DM starter for the entire season. It's different when you can put them in other positions. Even then, it's not really great, but it's different when you can put them in other positions. DM for us is one of the most important positions because of how we play. I'm not putting all that responsibility on the shoulders of a 19-year-old. I'm not, especially when he's got Trent next to him, who good defensively, but he's still adapting to the role. He'll have Macallister to the left of him, adapting to the team. He might have a new weight on the other side, adapting to the team. He would technically be the most settled midfielder in that 4 come the start of the season, and that's way too much pressure. I'm not putting that on the kid. He deserves another year where he gets to rotate in and out. To be honest, he shouldn't have played as much this year. Same way Harvey Elliott shouldn't have done. Same can be said about Lavia. Lavia's played over 30 Premier League games already. Lavia's played for the Belgian national team, I'm pretty sure. Lavia has experience.
People just love arguing for the sake of it, you know.
Lavia is also more well-built in the nicest possible way. Just go have a look at how Romeo Lavia is built. He can play DM. He's got the body for a DM.
I don't know how you're just mentioning Lavia like that. Come on, man. I said Lavia is the same. Like, no, he's not. No, he's not the same at all. At all, he's not the same. Like, he's just had a 38 Premier League game season. Like, you know, I don't know what you're on about, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Thing is,
Romeo Lavia's been capped by Belgium at the age of 18. He got capped at the age of 18.
Oh, Lavia ain't ready, but Bajcetic is.
Why are we doing Romeo Lavia ain't ready? Why are we doing this?
This is the thing. So Romeo Lavia, he's not ready, but Bajcetic, oh, he's ready. Run me Bajcetic. Is this what we're doing now?
Romeo Lavia isn't a world beater yet. Is that what you want? He's not a world beater yet because he's 19. I don't need him to be a world beater because I've got Fabinho, who's supposed to be a world beater there. What I need is someone who can become a world beater with a year or two. With a year or two in a better side. With better players around him. Because guess what? He's shown me enough already to make me think. He has been Southampton's best player, arguably, this season.
Easily.
He's been their best player. He was that good. He's that good that people have won. Chelsea watched him in their 3rd game of the season. He joined Southampton in the summer, 3rd game of the season, scores an assist against Chelsea. Chelsea put in a £50 million offer that same night. and you're trying to tell me he's not ready.
It's just nonsense, to be honest with you. It's just nonsense. Anyway, before we move on to the eights now and the real big conversations, the real chunk of this conversation. Before I just read out the super chats, make sure you guys slap that like button. Make sure you guys subscribe. Big up Chombe, who says, even though I love Klopp and I admire him so much, I want him out because of instead of protecting us, he protects FSG and acts like he loves us. He's a sellout. He needs to grow balls like Conte and Jose. Funnily enough, Chombe, my brother, thank you for the super chat, but it's funny you mentioned those two examples of both of managers who have been sacked. Even if we go back in our own past, Rafael Benitez called the owners out, got sacked. Like, I really don't think any manager has called out to the ownership and gotten any positive thing out of it, to be honest with you. It's always been negative. It's always been like a sacking, it's been something like that. Like, I don't think it's resulted in any sort of positive outcome. And here's the thing, though. When Jurgen Klopp signed that contract last season, he knew what he was signing into. So, like, you already know your tools, you already know your goals, you already know what you have to do. I'm not saying he should come out and call out FSG or any of that, but I'm actually more worried about Klopp's talent ID and Klopp's decision maybe in the transfer market, anything more than, him not calling out FSG. Thank you so much, Chombe. Big up to you, always supporting the channel. Out of the big six clubs, rank these clubs with the most deluded fan base. For me, 1 Arsenal, 2 Man United, 3 Liverpool, 4 Chelsea, 5 Spurs, 6 City. Different question, Gagandeep. Go on, Tom. What's your answer?
So 6 is least, 1 is most. Probably Spurs,
Mm-hmm.
then City, then Chelsea, then Arsenal, then us, then United. And we're I'll put it in a nice possible way. Us two are at the top 2 because we've got the most fans. So you're going to have the more of the stupid ones. Arsenal are up there because... Do I need to say anything? They thought they
No,
were
you
going to
don't.
this year.
Self-explanatory right there.
Chelsea are a little bit more understanding at times. They have the moments, but this season sort of put them back on ground zero. City know they're good. You get like Hamza and that, but the majority of City fans know they're good, and Spurs just
Spurs are the least delusional because they hate their club
they just
more
know
than
they're a bit
anyone.
shit. They just know they're Spurs.
You speak
They
to a
just
Spurs
know.
fan, he hates his club more than an Arsenal fan.
Oh yeah.
does.
Yeah. Also,
Like, there's no-
Velv, let me just address Velv. Yes, Romeo Lavia has your statements of we only watch Romeo Lavia in the big games. Yes, he plays well in all the big games. If you're trying to tell me he struggles against Wolves, whoop de fucking do. The whole Southampton team struggles against Wolves. The fact that he's able to run midfields against the likes of Arsenal, against the likes of Thomas Partey, who's been regarded as one of the best DMs in the league this year at the age of 19, with fucking Ward Prowse next to him, who at times is a liability because he can't run. Yes, that gives me a lot of confidence. I don't need to be a world beater yet. Like I said, Ugarte is more ready than Lavia.
Yeah, I agree.
That's not hard to identify.
And then people like selection don't want Ugarte or Lavia. Who you want? Fabinho? Like what? I'm trying to see Fabinho like lace up his boots for next season. I'll be sorry.
It all comes down. Look, it all comes down to what you're looking at between what you want in your DM. We know that we don't know what system we're going to play for one, but give me this same system we're using right now, and I'm looking at Trent alongside someone. At that point, are you looking for a pure ball winner, in which case you're getting Ugarte, or are you looking for someone more balanced, and then you're pushing a little bit more on Trent?
I don't think Ugarte is balanced at all. I think Ugarte is just a dog. He got the dog in him.
Yeah, Ugarte, Lavia's more balanced. Ugarte's the ball winner. Lavia's more balanced.
Yeah, Ugarte is the best one. Yep.
If you go get Lavia, you have to then put a little bit more impetus on Trent, on Macallister, on Mount, or whoever it is at right centre mid, to do more defensive work because you don't have the 100%. Ridiculous 5 tackles a game.
But if you get Ugarte, then you've shored up defensively. That's
if you get Ugarte, you can free up Trent to go do what Trent can do best.
100%.
Look, it's whatever case you want to look at it. I think Lavia is much better on the ball, so if we're trying to be more possession minded, then Lavia is the better fit. Again, the club have the plan. Whether I agree with it or not, it's a different kettle of fish. They just can't leave this window without buying a DM. That's the
I agree with that completely. 100%. 100%. Big up to Chombe who says Husam hypes Ugarte like we're getting prime Busquets. First of all, that's a lie. Because when I did the video, I said he's not a Busquets, he's more like a Makalele. And I actually like that more in a DM. I prefer someone who tackles and intercepts and stops attacks over that. And here's the thing, we can afford to have someone like that in the team if you do have a Trent, if you do have another midfielder who, sorry, that was a mosquito. If you do have another midfielder, if you have another midfielder, alongside an Ugarte, two midfield, even just look at the Sporting midfield with Pedro Goncalves there, makes Ugarte's job so much easier. Like, Ugarte, stop these counterattacks, bro. Very simple. I'm not hyping him like he's
Ugarte's been the pivot with Pedro Gonçalves for the majority of the season. If not him, then Marita. Both of those are better on the ball. So Ugarte is very much win it back, play the short pass, leave it to the better players. He's just there to do his
100%.
job, which
Who
is
would
where
you
you're
sign
not
as
getting.
DM?
I don't mind either way. I'm quite happy with either.
Yeah.
Like I generally couldn't split between. The only other DM in the world that I'd look at the minute that's realistically available is Palhinha. Because I think Palhinha is quite good. I just think it's the age thing that's sticking with us.
Yeah, I agree with that completely. It doesn't make sense to pay 52 million all in one go when if we don't know the exact for the other targets, smart decision, staggered payment. I can hear. I don't think it's a smart decision at all because the going rate for a midfielder of that quality at that age with that potential is just that going rate. Like like guys, we're about to you see the likes of Caicedo going for 80, 90 million. Declan Rice 90 million, 100. We're paying half of what other clubs are paying. Like, I don't
We've
think it's
also
like
done this in the past, though. Let's not be idiots here and act like the club's never done something where they pay 3-4 million more to get the entire thing in installments. That's literally what happened with Naby Keita. We paid a premium on top of him to guarantee that we get him a year early and to structure the payment, to stagger the payments a little bit more so they were slightly more favourable. The only release clause I can remember us paying in the past 10 years was Canati, and that was 30 odd million up front ain't bad, especially considering it was the only signing of the window. When you're looking at 52, the thing is, I don't think you actually need to pay the release clause for Ugarte, and I'll tell you why. Because Sporting bought all his rights, didn't he?
they did.
So they now get
This
all the
shows
money.
that they want to sell, by the way.
So now they get all the money. So they might be willing to negotiate slightly less because they get all the money. The issue was they only owned about 70% beforehand. I think the other 30% was owned by Family Cow, his old club. So now they have the full rights. Let's say they got the 52 million. What does that end up being? It's about 16 million lost. I reckon because they've now got that, they could take 6-7 million off and still be happy with the deal because they get more money out of it. So maybe
No, I
the
know
club
they will
just
be happy with it,
with
but I think the thing is, people are saying 52 million like it's 100. Like 52 million, guys, that's just the average price of a good midfielder in Europe. Felipe says, genuine question, how do you handle Salah in the future? We handle him with exactly what Tom Little is talking about with the Fabinho thing. How about get the guy that's going to replace him while he's there? How about we do the Chouameni Casemiro?
I don't think you do that now, though. You know, I'm going to sit there and say I don't think you do that now because I
Okay,
don't
let
think.
me turn this on you. What if we
Mhm.
get a young potential player that doesn't need to start every game and is there to just learn and become the guy,
Not
like an
ready yet.
18-year-old from the Bundesliga?
I will sit there. I'll sit there and say it as I see it. Fabinho needs someone to come in and replace him because Fabinho was slowing down. We can all see that with our own eyes. It doesn't take a genius. Mo Salah's showing zero signs of slowing down. So if I go bring in a young player to be his understudy and take more games, he starts to slow down. I've got no guarantee that he will start to slow down. So I could well be buying a youngster who just rides bench for 2 years and stagnates as a footballer. I'd sooner see last 4 months of a Salah decline and then jump in before I do one now and run the risk. Because let's bear in mind, we still got young right wingers who can. They're not great. Javier isn't a fantastic right winger. Ben Doak is nowhere near ready yet. but they can step in and take more minutes. They can step in and take more minutes if we all of a sudden
You're bored,
saw
Randy,
a
Tom.
quick decline. So it's different with the other ones. Like I really think you now need to start looking at Van Dijk's replacement and start giving him more minutes, because I think Van Dijk needs to start getting rested more because his body.
I do want to speak to you on
that
that as well, because I really think like there might be a conspiracy theory on my side when it comes to that. Get me, thank you, Felipe. Get me Kone, Barella, Trump.
Donald?
Trump? Who the fuck's Trump, Chombe? Who's a midfielder that starts with T that he could have auto-corrected himself into that?
I don't know.
T? Midfielder that starts with T? Who that? Kone, Barella. Let me tell you one thing. Sometimes it's not FSG's fault, it's not Klopp's fault. Barella don't want to leave Italy. Yesterday, I watched Nicolo Barella against AC Milan and I wanted to cry. You understand how good that performance was?
Oh, Thuram.
Man said Trump. Thuram. I like Thuram. Kefren, that is 100%. That would be a great midfield 3, by the way. That would be a great midfield 3.
It'd be, I think it lacks a out-and-out 6, but it can work. I think you'd have to put Thuram in that role, and then you sacrifice a little bit of his game. But
hey, next to Trent, they'd have a great time.
You know what though? Barella is the dream. Oh my god,
he's the
Barella
dream.
is the dream.
He's better than Bellingham. He's better than anyone we could
Like,
sign. He's better than any person who we can sign this whole window. I don't give a fuck.
I just need a sign that he's available. I just need 1% that he's available. Like,
if he moves anywhere else, I'm gonna riot. If he just stays at Inter, I'm gonna be calm.
Because I'll put whoever's on that side ain't buying. Whoever's on that side, sorry, ain't winning the Champions League out of Milan and Inter. But how many games? There's 4 games left of the season. Inter are 2 points clear of Milan, and they are 5 points clear of both Roma and Atalanta. Inter have to play Sassuolo, Napoli, Atalanta, and Torino. If they
and they're going to win the Champions League, mark it down.
They're not though. We know
yes,
they're not.
Yes, they are.
No, but Husam, let me paint a picture. They miss out on We know they're a bit ropey financially anyway. They miss out on Champions League. That's a lot of money gone. They always need to start selling
Actually,
players.
I speak to Inter fans and they tell me because they did get to the semis, they don't have to sell anyone anymore. And also Tom.
Semis, so it's all right.
And
why
Tom.
Was it only us who never got any fucking money from getting to the finals of the Champions League? We were getting told we would have made a loss last year. Was it on your stream when he said it? We would have made a loss if we'd won the quadruple. We would have lost money by winning the quadruple.
Yes. It was what's his name? Mo Chatra. Yeah, Mo
We
Chatra.
would have lost money by winning the quadruple. What are we doing? And they get to a semi-final and all their financial worries are sorted.
It's just we're not normal, man. That's why we're angry. Joe says FSG only wants to use junior players and free players instead of spending money on key players we need. Look, Joe, me and Tom
FSG don't buy free players. FSG free transfers for FSG are the no-go zone because they represent such risky financial business, because you have to give a player way above what they're actually worth wage-wise a massive signing fee. And you potentially breaking your wage structure for it.
100%.
For the player.
The thing is, for me, like, look, me and Tom are both FSG out, Joe. So please understand, you're not arguing with someone who's FSG and who's backing the ownership. However, me and him both agree that this summer they really are under no choice whatsoever. There is no choice. This is the thing. Like, we haven't competed for anything. This season's been a failure. And by the way, me and Tom are FSG out. But what you need to understand is, I'd say probably 50%, 40% of this fan base is on the fence. If they don't back Klopp this summer, the 50% will no longer be on the fence. I've heard countless people tell me this summer is the last summer. If they don't back Klopp, I'm fully turning. So, Joe, I think this summer, really, they have no choice. And big up to Messi FC, says we won't sign a DM or a centre back, 2 mids, 1 right winger. Messi FC, this is the first non-troll super chat in a really long time. So thank you so much for the super chat. Second of all, I'm going to address the centre back thing now in a second. And finally, last super chat before we carry on with the next segment. Dexter says, free 66 in midfield. By centre back, right back by Lavia, Macallister. Listen, Klopp's already said he's going to continue with this whole inverted stuff. That does not mean that he counts as a midfielder. Please understand. We have referred all year long to Zinchenko as a left back. We have referred all year long last season to Cancelo as a left back. Why is it now that when it's us, Trent has
Doesn't make
suddenly become a
sense to put
midfielder?
Trent in midfield. It doesn't make sense to start Trent in midfield because
Yeah.
you wouldn't start Cancelo in midfield. You wouldn't start Zinchenko in midfield because they don't get the same positions. They don't get the same space. It works because teams can't pick him up because you end up
Yes.
with a 4-on-3 overload. You end up with a box and you're going up against three-man midfields. So they are lined up. They normally have the right centre mid, go press Fabinho. The left centre mid goes and marks Henderson. And the DM picks up whoever's roaming else. Not that they need to
Modric,
mark Henderson, but it's what
apparently.
they do. You put Trent in there, they now need to commit to someone else. They end up breaking the entire structure up. If we start Trent in midfield, guess what? They just match up on one.
It's 3 versus 3. Yeah, 100%. Then there's
It
no
doesn't make
advantage.
sense.
Yeah.
This is why I'm so big on keeping this system. Trent is able to do what he does because he's so good at inverting, because he's so smart. I don't want to sacrifice that part of his game. Guess what? Trent will cook in midfield. Yes, he will, because he is doing right now. He still plays in midfield. It's a completely different style of thing when you start in midfield, though. That's what you need to understand. And then we'd have to go out and buy a right back. What are we doing then? We've gone with a right back overlapping because then Trent can't get in the same positions in the channel because we've got someone else clogging that channel because he's going up and down, up and down. Trent works in this position. I don't see any reason why we should change that. He's got 6 assists in 6
Dexter,
games.
what you're essentially saying is Trent's going to play the Henderson role, which doesn't get the best out of Trent. It's just pointless. I'm going to be real with you. But thank you for the super chat, though. Honestly, thank you. And big up for the support. And finally, Chombe says, love both of you. And thanks, Tom, for the correction. Bye. Big up to you, Chombe. Thanks so much for tuning in, as per usual. And love for the love, my brother. I appreciate you so much. So does Tom Little. Always appreciate the love that does include happy birthday. And speaking of the love that does include happy birthday, make sure you all slap the like button. Make sure you all subscribe. There's 250 people watching us late show today, but we're having a great time. It's a vibe. Make sure you slap the like button. Make sure you all subscribe to the channel if you're ready to. So we ain't even on 100 likes yet. What are we doing? 250 people. Slap that like button right now. Subscribe to this football if you're ready to do so. Big up to Dexter, Massive C Selection, Gagandeep, big up my brother, big up Ryan, Dale, Qusay, Chombe, Joe.
you do realise what position in midfield Trent played, don't you? Trent wasn't
Who?
an 8, he was a 6. When he was
Yes,
in the youth team, Trent was a 6. He wasn't an 8. He
he
played
wasn't.
either right mid, right wing, or as a 6. And then he moved to right back when he was getting close to first team football. So he would actually be learning a new role playing as an 8. So
He
why did I
would.
do that?
Big up to Ozan, Felipe,
I just don't see
and
why you
Pedro.
changed the inverted stuff. It just makes so much sense with how we,
Listen,
because then you just wasted this good system. You just wasted the last 2 months of the season.
you summarized it perfectly. The whole point is a 4 against 3 situation. If we can't create that, look, here's the thing. If Trent starts in midfield, just bottom line summary. Trent starts in midfield equals he plays Henderson role. That's it. So he's going to be up and down the pitch helping the right back. So then we've essentially not using Trent properly or the right back properly. Unless we're going to go get like fucking Dani Alves to play right back, then it doesn't work. So that's the thing. But thanks so much.
No, but Dom,
thanks.
yes, there is the world where you can put Trent in the KDB role, but no one can invert as well as Trent. There's no right back in the world that can invert as well as Trent Alexander-Arnold can.
KDB role, but that means the left back would have to invert then. And Robertson ain't inverting. So where do we go from here?
Could you imagine Robertson?
Can you imagine Robertson inverting? Please, have a day off. Come on, Dom. Behave.
To be fair, I could. I don't know how good he'd be at it, but Simicast is someone who I'd sit there and go, you could invert for a game or two because you've got the ability to do it. I just don't know if you're switched on enough for it. But
Robertson inverting would be painful to watch. I'm
there isn't another right back who can invert anywhere near as well as Trent. So
there isn't.
Like
there isn't a full back that can invert.
Are we going Yurien Timber? Yurien Timber's a centre back. We put the centre back out to right back to put him into DM.
And speaking of centre backs, let's just unpack this. Listen, there's two things we wanna go with. No worries, Joe, man. Love my brother. Love. Hey, listen, I just think they're gonna have to spend money this summer. I'll be real with you. It's just no choice. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate all the love you've shown us. So here's the thing now. Look, there's two kind of things, two hefty topics that I want to speak on here towards the end of the show. You know, the final segment. Two things. I don't know if you want me to tell you. Actually, you decide. Should we speak on Mount first, or should we speak on my centre back conspiracy theory?
I'm intrigued by your centre back conspiracy theory because I know what I'd do at the back. But I want to know what your conspiracy theory is.
Genuinely, right? This is my conspiracy theory. we sign 3 midfielders, completely fix our midfield.
Mm-hmm.
And then we decide we're not going to sign a centre back and we just run it back. And we go like we've got Gomez, Konate, Van Dijk, and Matip. We don't need to fix it. And we're basically gonna this is my thing. This is my biggest fear. Honestly, I'm being dead serious. My biggest fear is we do to centre back in 2023 what we did to midfield in 2022, which is like, oh my god, we're gonna get one next summer.
Or just what we did to centre back in 2021.
Also, could be 100%.
I'll sit there. I don't look. It could happen. It wouldn't shock me if it happened because that's how this club works. But I know how I would solve our centre back thing, and it's rather quite simple.
Tell me how.
It's about, I reckon, at most 60 million, and you go out and buy Gonçalo Inacio from Sporting. There's your left side centre back sorted, and you go out and buy me Bella Kocha from Southampton. There's your right centre back, central centre back sorted. 2 centre backs in, both young, both can develop, both have experience. One of Premier League, one of Champions League.
You'd buy 2 centre backs.
I'd buy 2 centre backs and I'd let go of Matip.
I'd sell both Matip and Gomez if we could do 2.
I'd move Gomez on the next year when hopefully Bella Kocha will be homegrown, although I might be off by a year. But I think I need to keep Joe Gomez for the homegrown quota. Because I need to go out and buy another fucking homegrown player. No, he's so bad. He's so bang average. He is so bang average. And we're going back to the free transfer funds. We'd be buying a centre-back who is at best third choice, and we'd be giving him wages of a first choice because of how this club runs. It doesn't make sense. Gonçalo Inacio, better. Gonçalo Inacio just better. Armel Bella Kocha,
levels
he's
above.
Not better than,
levels
he's not
above.
better than Evan Dicker. How old is Evan Dicker, by the way? I've never actually found out how old he is.
He's young though, Tom.
He's young.
He's 23.
23. How old is
Bella he's young.
Kocha? How old is Bella Kocha?
This is the one for me. I know tacticals don't like it, but this is the one for me.
Bella Kocha is 21. I'd sooner just take the gamble on Bella Kocha being a good young centre-back that can develop.
How about this one?
Kim Min-jae, I don't think...
40 million release clause, Tom.
I don't think he leaves Napoli, though.
No, but if there's a release clause, what stops him from leaving?
Him saying, no, I'm not going to leave Napoli.
Tom Little, we are Liverpool Football Club. You know we are a McLaren. Come on, man.
Mm-hmm. Again, though, it comes back down. I don't
so
think...
Klopp calls Kim Min-jae and he's like, no, I want to play for
Spalletti.
Spalletti.
Leave Napoli. I don't think he wants to leave. I don't think he should leave, and I don't think he wants to leave. He's just won the fucking league title in his first season.
Congratulations, come win the Prem then.
I don't think he's going to leave. I just don't see him leaving.
You know, Pearce, you mentioned Ndika, now you mentioned Pau Torres. I can't lie. Your centre back talent ID is just bad, my brother. Let's not even do this. But I can't lie to you though. Like, I'm gonna be real with you. I really do have that fear. Jurgen Klopp's gonna be sitting on the Anfield Wrap or Redman TV, and he's like, "Tell me why we need the centre back. We've got Ibrahima Konate, one of the best young centre backs in the world. We've got Virgil van Dijk. Wow, crazy. We've got Joel Matip. We've got Joe Gomez. Why do we need to sign a centre back? That's genuinely honestly.
We've got that Gerald Quanta kid as well, who's just been.
Also, I don't like Timber. By the way. I don't like Timber at all. I don't know why people like.
I'll be honest. If he
I think he's okay.
If he was affordable and wasn't the prices that have been quoted for him in the past, Pau Torres would also be someone that I would not. He's not first choice. He's not first choice or second choice, but he's someone that I'd entertain because I think there's a player there. I think there's a player there.
Pau Torres' best attribute is his passing, and he's a fucking centre back, Tom.
Mm-hmm. I think he's also a pretty solid. I think in the air is his problem. I don't think he's very good in the air. I think he
really? So he's coming to the league where you need to be good in the air.
I don't think he's as good in the air, but I can see Pau Torres being a decent little centre back option.
I can't believe people say Pau Torres. You know when you describe a centre back and the first thing you mention is this passing, you've already failed. You've already failed. Gvardiol, listen, bro. If we ain't gonna buy Bellingham because of the money, we ain't about to buy Gvardiol for the money. Like just be real. For me, Antonio Silva would be the one I would get. Antonio Silva's like, listen, I'm gonna be real.
He's just not happening though.
Yeah, but Silva and Inacio for me
I
would be
think
my
he's
top.
signing a new. He's either signed one or he's signing one, and he's got a 100 million release clause that they are not negotiating with. So he's not. As much as I love Antonio, I think Antonio Silva is going to be one of the best centre backs in the world
He will,
eventually.
100%.
The only other one, so the four, because there is four. It's
Tell
Bella
me in order. Put your balls on the line. In order.
Inacio, Bella Kotchap, Tadibo, Pau Torres. They're the four that I think should be the shortlist, and then you work around there.
I really like Inacio. I can't lie to you. Inacio for me. How about Levi Colwell? Because he's been mentioned by a whole lot of the fan base. I don't know what your thoughts are.
I really love Levi Colwell, but he's not going to leave Chelsea. Pochettino is going to start him every week at Chelsea, and people will realise just how good a centre back he is.
And speaking of not leaving Chelsea, hey, it's time to have this inevitable fucking debate, Tom. And all I ask of you is, don't be shameless. Be real with me, and I'll be real with you. I am not gonna act like he's Henderson. You don't act like he's Ronaldinho. Let us have a real debate about this guy. We saw Lewis mention it earlier on. Plenty of people mentioned it earlier on. Super Chats mentioned it earlier on. It's time to speak about the half-turn specialist, Mason Mount. Thomas Little, every day we wake up. There's actually two conflicting stories, to be fair, over the last 48 hours. One's telling me that
we're getting told that we're front runners for him, but he's signing a new contract.
Yeah, like, there's two conflicting stories. I can't lie, 48 hours of madness. Like, literally a day ago, if me and Tom did this 1 day ago, it would have been Pochettino wants to keep Mount. Today, it's different. Like, it's just absolutely insane. So, Tom,
Yes, man. That is I forgot Naif Agüero from West Ham. Oh my god, I love watching him at the minute.
Naif Ugarte, he's very good.
He's so good for West Ham.
In the World Cup as well, he was great for Morocco.
I can't believe I forgot about Naif. How old is he? He's 20. He's 27. That's the only put-off point. But he is a top centre back. Naif Agüero.
He is. He's very good.
So good.
Ayman, you don't have to write his name 15 times. You get it, wallah. So here's the thing, Tom. Mason Mount. Why do you want him?
I want Mason Mount because of the reason you don't like me chatting about profiles. I think Mason Mount is. I think he's got. I think his skill set is a little bit underappreciated. It's not well beater. I think he was overrated for a little bit of time, and now he's leaning more so towards underrated because everyone's just saying he's crap. He's not crap. You don't have seasons like he had against like last season in 21-22. If you're crap, you don't. But his confidence is shot at the minute. He's got no confidence at all. He's in a Chelsea team that might genuinely, if there was 5 more games left in the season, get relegated. When I look at that, I don't want to judge him wholeheartedly off this season. Judging him off his previous bodies of work, there's a player there for me to work with. And for what I need my right centre mid to do, I need him to occupy the right-hand channel, be confident as both a 10 and a right winger, be somewhat creative, somewhat good on the ball, and have somewhat defensive capabilities and work rates to track back and help cover Trent. When I look at that, Mason Mount is one of the best fits for that role that is available on the market. There's him and there's Pedro Gonçalves for that role. I'm looking at both of those. They're both the perfect profile for it. And that's why give me either of those and I'm happy. I don't want to put Macallister out there because I don't think that's where his skill set is best utilised. As much as I think that's what Klopp might end up doing. I don't think his skill set is best utilised out on the wing. I think Mason Mount works best there on that right wing. Is Mount really creative? Well, how many assists did he get last year?
Assists is not a sign of creativity. You know this.
Do you want me to go to? I'll go to chances.
Do you think Bruno is creative?
I think he is. Yeah. I don't think he's. I think there's different types of creativity, though. I think there's like open creativity and set play creativity, and I don't like to. I want to go find
using your own word of profile, and the way you just described Mason Mount Why don't we just go get Rodrigo de Paul then? What's the difference?
Because I don't think Rodrigo de Paul's anywhere near as good on the attacking end.
That's
I think
cap.
how's it cap?
To,
It's my
because
opinion.
with the because the
It's my
RCM profile,
opinion.
I'll tell you, because the RCM profile you just described doesn't matter how good he is offensively.
It quite literally does, because I said they had to be adapted as a 10 and a wide right winger.
No, you didn't. You said
Yeah,
that RCM
I
profile,
quite
you want him to cover
literally
the
said.
blank. You said you want him to cover that flank. You want him to play in that position, and you want him to be somewhat creative and somewhat good on the ball.
It
Now,
was
I'm
the
saying,
first. It
hold,
was the
no, no,
first
it's my time to
thing I
respond.
said.
Tom, I didn't interrupt you. It's my time to respond. How many somewhat good players of what you just fucking described we can find in the entirety of the continent? If you go, be real. I'm gonna ask you a real question because you're an FM merchant and you watched lower leagues. If I went to League One, would I not find the profile you just described? Be fucking real now.
Yes, you'll find the profile. You won't find the ability level up. Mason
Done.
Mount and Pedro
Why are we
Gonçalves,
finding
for me, are the perfect mix of profile fit and ability in all aspects. I
What
can't trust
ability? What ability? Tell me what he does good.
I'm not
No, I'm
doing
not
this,
saying he doesn't
man.
have ability. I'm telling you, tell me what he does good.
Mason Mount passes the ball well. He's got good vision. He's very good at dribbling. He's got a good finish on him in the box. Outside the box, not as much, but in the box when he arrives late, I think he's got a good finish on him. I think he's got. I can't believe I'm giving him Henderson prop. He's got really good work rate on a defensive end.
Good finishing. He don't have good finishing. Says
I'd
who?
say says me. It's my opinion.
This guy, well, look at you. We can't just keep running that. Says me, that's my opinion. That's like, okay, Mount's crap. Says me, my opinion. End of debate. Well,
Yeah,
where
that's
are we going?
fine.
Where are we doing with this?
Well, how do you want me to prove that he's a good finisher?
No, but the thing is, okay, I'll give you an example. You tell me, Husam, tell me what Salah's good at. I'll tell you positioning, goal scoring. Tell me what Trent's good at. Passing. Tell me what Van Dijk's good at. IQ, defending. Tell me what Thiago's good at. IQ, passing. Like, you can immediately describe things. Tell me what Fabinho's good at. Tackling, stopping counterattacks. I look at Mason Mount, and to be real with you, he's just okay at many things. He's not amazing or elite on any footballing attribute. There is nothing that Mason Mount does on the football pitch at a higher than a 7 out of 10 level. That's the truth. He can do everything, Tom. I agree with you. Now, the question I've already asked you about Rodrigo de Paul. I'm gonna be sorry with you. What you just described, the RCM needs to do. I promise you, Curtis Jones can do it. So why are we wasting 70 million?
Because I don't believe Curtis Jones can do it on the right wing. You know.
But Curtis Jones can dribble. You use
Yes.
that. Curtis Jones can cover that flank. You use that. Curtis Jones is somewhat creative. You said that. Curtis Jones is somewhat good in the final third. You use that.
When I say somewhat creative, I mean that Mason Mount could have a season where he creates the second most chances at this. I can't say the most because you got Trent. Trent will always sit top of the chances creating the assists,
100%. I agree.
but Mason Mount would comfortably sit second on all those.
No, second would be Salah. You know that as well.
Okay,
Third,
mate.
also,
Second or third. Second or third.
assist numbers were skewed because he took set pieces at Chelsea. You know that as well.
Yeah, but guess what? I'm happy for him to take set piece with us.
No, Trent's going to take the set pieces.
Get Robertson off them set pieces.
I agree.
Have Trent.
Get Trent on them set pieces.
Have Trent and Mount rotate on them. Have Trent and Mount rotate on them.
You know,
I'm
the
sorry,
thing is,
but
like,
I
I've
just think
actually genuinely
I think
answered
Mason
your
Mount is suffering the
question.
same thing Declan Rice gets. I think Declan
What?
Rice gets underrated because people have a idea in their head of what player he is. Declan Rice is a very
I
good player.
take Declan Rice. I just think it's too much money.
But this is the thing. Declan Rice is genuinely, in my opinion, when I look at the DMs in this league, if it depends if you count Bruno Guimaraes as one. If you
No, I
count
don't
him,
count Bruno.
so then Declan Rice for me is the second best DM in this league, behind
After,
Rodri.
how
Behind
about
Rodri.
Partey?
I don't rate Partey that highly. I think
That's
it goes.
insane.
I think it goes Rodri, Rice, Casemiro, Partey, Fabinho.
I think it goes Rodri,
You could easily
Partey.
chuck Fabinho over Partey.
Listen, Rice is top 5 DMs. That's still good enough. Here's the thing: if you were to tell me Declan Rice it costs 60 million, I'd buy him. I'm not anti-Declan Rice. I'm not anti-English players either, because I'd happily take Jacob Ramsey. There's so many English players I'd happily take, by the way. It's not just like, this is not
Mason Mount is better than
anti-England.
Jacob Ramsey, by the way.
No, I think Jacob Ramsey is better than Mount. I really believe it, genuinely. I think Jacob Ramsey is a better finisher. I think Jacob Ramsey is better with his weak foot. I think Jacob Ramsey is a better dribbler and a better passer.
Jacob Ramsey is not better at passing than Mason Mount.
100% he is.
Not a chance.
100% he is.
Not
Jacob
a
Ramsey.
chance.
Okay,
Mason
there's
Mount is
240
Mason
people.
Mount is a
Let
very
us
good
set up a poll right now. Ramsey or Mount? You know what it is, Tom? You know why you're stifled? I'm telling you why you're stifled. Let me tell you why.
I'm not stifled. I'm currently trying to understand how you're trying to convince me that fucking Jacob Ramsey is better than Mason Mount.
Okay, can I tell you why? Can I tell you why? Let me tell you why. Right? This is why you're stifled. The reason why you're stifled is you thought I was gonna come on here on some bullshit and just say Mount's not good and move on. Okay? You know that's not what I did. I let you describe what you wanted the RCM to do, and I answered with genuine responses regarding this whole thing. A poll has been set up: Ramsey or Mason Mount. Simple. Who's better? Okay. Here's the thing, Tom. Genuinely speaking, fuck the agendas. What you said, Curtis Jones can do. Every single thing that you asked an RCM to do, Curtis Jones can do. And if your excuse is going to be like, he can't do it on the right wing, he needs to be on the left, Mason Mount and Curtis are both right-footed. So it's not like you're even selected a left-footed player to play that role in cut-in or something.
Again, it's different though, isn't it? I wouldn't have put Coutinho on the right, because Coutinho's game style was literally built on cutting in. I think Curtis Jones is built on cutting in, operating off the left. Mason Mount is adept, operating off the right. I just think Mason Mount is getting a hell of a lot of disrespect from people. Yes, he is not the best in class. He isn't the best in class. I'm not going to sit there and say he is, but Mason Mount is a good footballer. Mason Mount would come into this Liverpool team and do very, very well for what I need him to do.
I disagree. I think it'd be a flop. I really think he'd be a flop. I really genuinely believe he'd be a flop. Bro, also as well, like, his intangibles ain't good in terms of he hides in games, he ghosts in games. There are so many games that I've seen he just ghosts and hides in. People say agenda.
Mason Mount is a very good record in big games, though.
What everyone describes the RCM can do, I promise you, every single one of them things Curtis Jones, who I have the biggest agenda against, can do. So where do we go from here?
No, but yes, he can do, because guess what? The majority of footballers can, but they can't do it at the level Mason Mount can. Mason Mount is very, very good at that.
What level, if you can't mention any attribute at a very good level?
No, I never got to mention them. You just said he was average.
I'll step back. Name an attribute at a very good level that Mason Mount has. Very good.
His positioning, his reading the game, the way he's able to find that space in that channel.
Wrong.
I never done that with you, did I? So you can't.
Okay, fine. Go on.
Prove. I'd also like you to prove how I'm wrong, rather than just saying. Because I could just say the exact same thing. So exactly, I think Mason Mount's reading of the game and his position sense is at a top, if not elite level. I think Mason Mount, his how he plays in the box, how he plays in that final third, is just below that level. And I think his on-the-ball capabilities are there. I think his defensive level isn't. I'll give you that one. And I think his mentality isn't. I'll give you that one. But everything else is at a top level, because you don't achieve what he's achieved without it being at that level. I'll tell you right now, I'll happily put it right on the line. You put Jacob Ramsey in Mason Mount's position for Chelsea in the last 2 years, they don't do what they've done. They are worse off. They are worse off.
That's something, like, I can't lie to you. Tom Little is just clutching at straws at this moment in time. This is why he's clutching at straws, is he's thinking in his head, like, how can I actually make this into a debate, right? And in his mind, he knows, he's watched Mason Mount long enough. He knows there is nothing Mason Mount does at a very good level.
Hold on. You know what? I can even just go again with it. Big game player. People slag him off for that. Do we not remember his performance at the Bernabeu last year?
He played well at the Bernabeu. He hasn't done it consistently in the big games, though.
Our fucking players rocked up at the Bernabeu this year and were wank. Loads of teams rock up at the Bernabeu and are wank. Mason Mount.
We are wank in general this year. That doesn't change anything.
You're sitting there and disrespecting Mason Mount, and
I am,
because I think you expect Mason Mount to be something he isn't. I think you haven't.
I'm not at
I
all.
think it is. You know what I
You're
think
the
it is.
one who's mentioning something he isn't, not me.
What isn't he? What isn't
You
he?
just said he reads the game very well when that is the
Read the game
biggest
very well.
problem with him. The
He's
biggest
reading.
problem with him is he doesn't read the game well. He is not quick enough or direct enough to play on the wing. He isn't an
That's why
eight
I'm not
because
playing him on the wing. That's why he's not
can you
playing
hear
on
me
the
out?
wing.
See how you're angry? He's not dynamic enough to play in the eight. And every fucking thing that you just said for that right-sided midfield, I can get a random guy from League Two that can do every single one of those at the same level that Mason Mount can. Now, the problem is with the Mason Mount stuff is Mason Mount suffers from Harvey Elliott syndrome. The Harvey Elliott syndrome is he isn't really a midfielder and he isn't really a winger. He's one of them hybrid players that would have been great 12 years ago, 13 years ago in a 4-2-3-1. The problem is no one plays 4-2-3-1 anymore. It's 4-3-3 or it's this inverted crap or it's three at the back. When you look at Mason Mount, there is just nothing he does at a very good level. That is the biggest problem. He can do everything at an okay level. Now, don't change my debate to Mason Mount's a crap footballer. I don't think he's a crap footballer. I think he's okay. He's good. He's like good level footballer. But the truth is, there's nothing he does at an incredible level. What does he do incredibly on the pitch? Nothing. So now what you just described, I
I
can
don't
send
need
them.
incredibly. This is the thing.
Okay,
I don't
perfect.
need incredibly.
Perfect. Because I don't need incredible, I'm gonna take that 70 million. I'm gonna spend it elsewhere. Number 17, your time to shine. Right central midfielder. Let's go.
No, but then you're moving him up, so then you need to go buy another left centre mid. I'm sorry.
Yes, we are gonna buy a left centre mid. Macallister.
I'm looking at
alone.
Mason Mount. I'm looking at Mason Mount,
Macallister
and
is
I'm.
the LCM, is he
You
not?
need two centre mids. You need two centre mids.
Three.
That's a
I'm buying
fact.
3.
So then you're not getting Mount. You're buying Macallister. I assume you're buying Ugarte. Who's the other one?
Me? If I could choose anyone
Yeah,
on
yeah.
earth,
Yeah.
I keep rotating between two. I'll be real with you.
Mm-hmm.
I keep rotating between Quadio Kone
Mm-hmm.
and like I really like Kefren Turam as well. There's so many players I would happily buy.
Mason, in my opinion, Mason Mount's better than both of those.
Did you say Mason Mount's better than Kefren Turam?
Mm-hmm. I think Mason Mount's better than both of those. I don't think you achieve what Mason Mount has achieved. I think.
Did you just say Mason
better.
Mount's better than Kefren Turam?
Yes, I said Mason Mount's better than Kefren Turam.
You need help and you know it. You
I
know
need
you
help,
need
I
help.
know it. Right.
You know that you're forcing a debate right now.
I'm not.
Okay, Mount
not.
for 70 million, Kefren for 60. Who are you taking?
Mount, because I think he's a better fit.
Oh my god.
This isn't me saying Kefren Turam isn't a good player.
He's disagreeing with you.
This isn't me saying Kefren Turam isn't a good player. But Mason Mount is a better fit. Mason Mount has more experience. Mason Mount has played in big games. Mason Mount has performed in big games. Mason Mount has performed at big tournaments. Mason Mount has performed consistently in this Premier League. We cannot afford more project players. Let's put it plain and simply, we can't. So I need someone who is close to being ready-made, and Mason Mount is that.
You do realize Mount is a project. He's played like crap this whole year.
Everyone in Chelsea's played like crap because everyone at Liverpool's played like crap, and you can't use that argument because you just said it for me.
So if I call Chelsea Football Club and I want to buy, so let me ask you a question because you got disconnected, by the way, not me. So if I call Chelsea Football Club and I want to buy Reece James, how long will that conversation last?
If you ask to buy Reece James, not very long.
Oh, okay. If I call them and I want to buy Thiago Silva, if I want to buy Ben Chilwell, if I want to buy N'Golo Kante,
they'll sell Ben Chilwell.
I don't think they will. If I call N'Golo Kante, then what?
Guess you know what, Husam? Do you know where your argument falls down? They're trying to give him a new contract, so they do want to keep him. They're just in a situation where they don't want to lose him for nothing.
No, I think
they're trying to give him a new contract. Mason Mount doesn't want to sign.
The second part of your comment is the reason why they want to give him a contract, which is why they just don't want to lose him for nothing.
No. Because guess what, Pochettino? If we're going to believe the media,
correct.
Pochettino wants Mason Mount to be part of his project. He sees Mason Mount as an important part of that. So then how's that
Klopp
not Chelsea
Mount also important?
What?
And Klopp also says
Yeah.
sees the same. Okay.
Yeah. So both of their managers clearly see something in Mason Mount. Both of
I'm
them
not
clearly
saying
want
it's
Mason Mount to be a
nothing,
part of their
Tom, man.
project. So your argument of why are they selling Mason Mount? They are selling Mason Mount because I guarantee you, if it was Reece James in this situation and Reece James was and on about signing a new contract, they'd be looking at selling Reece
But they
James as well.
sorted Reece James's contract directly.
Yes, guess what? They sorted Reece James's contract out because they gave him, how much is he on a week now? How much
Because
is he
he's
on a
Reece
week?
fucking James.
He's
Thomas
Reece
Little.
James. He's Reece James who gets injured 4 times a
You know,
season.
why are you acting
He's
like
only
this is
two.
a Van Persie? Like, why are you acting like this is a Van Persie to Man United? Like, why
I'm
are you
not,
acting
because
like we're
your
signing
whole
Chelsea?
point was they don't want
Yes.
to keep him because he's not getting a new contract. They do want to keep him. They're trying to give him a new contract. He's the one that
Just so they
doesn't
don't
want the
lose
new
him on a
contract.
free. That's the real reason.
No, but
Tom, you can go and you can lean back worse than Beyonce. It doesn't matter. You keep leaning back like you're on stage performing a dance. The truth is, the reason why they want to sign his contract is so they don't lose him on a free. Me and you both know
they
that.
want him to sign a contract because they want him to be a part of the next team. They see him as an important part of that.
Okay, that's
Because
what
guess
we've
what?
seen.
Because
So
guess
then
what?
we're not going to buy him then.
Yes. We might not buy him, but I want him. There's a difference. I want him. I think he's a good
I
player. I
can't
think he'd be a
wait
good
till
fit
he's
on that right hand
thinking
side.
up the pitch under Pochettino, and all the Chelsea fans are like, we should have sold him to Liverpool. And then I am going to crash it on your head so bad. Next
Sound.
season, inshallah, when we're here, inshallah,
Mhm.
safe and healthy. Me and you both, because I know got love for you. Husam X Tomlet is just going to be straight bullying because everything I'm predicting in the future is happening. And don't you dare use the Curtis Jones card because Curtis Jones played well for fucking 5 games. So have some self-awareness. Let's not stop here and act like he's had
It's
a great
7
season.
now, Husam. It's 7. In fact, no, I think it's 8.
I'm not going to count 15 minutes at Stamford Bridge and 45 minutes against Arsenal. I'm
It wasn't
taking in
50. It was
generalities.
60 minutes at Stamford Bridge. It was
Okay.
60 minutes at Stamford Bridge. Then
60 plus 45, that's one game right there.
So fine, or 7.
Listen, man, it's not.
You don't.
I'm not anti.
I look at it and I go, you don't achieve what Mason Mount
The
achieved.
Thuram one for me is the one that I can't believe you're actually taking Mount over Thuram.
I like Kefren Turam. I think Kefren Turam has more potential than Mount. But I think Kefren Turam is still very raw as a footballer. I don't know how much of Nice people have watched. I haven't watched loads of Nice per se, but I've watched a fair amount since we got linked with him by fucking Miguel Delaney. I've tried to watch him more and more. He's a good player. When he gets going, he's very good. You enjoy watching him. But he's still so very raw. And when I look at this team, I don't want to sign loads of more players who are projects. I want to sign more ready-made players who can come in and just kick on straight away. Because
Okay,
guess what? We don't have the time and we don't have the risk
I
with these
agree.
project players anymore. Because
I agree.
Mo Salah's not getting any younger. Van
So
Dijk's not
let's
getting
get a
any
player
younger.
who's just been
Alisson's not
crap
getting
this
any
whole
younger.
year to improve us. But here's the thing,
But
Tom.
then
Let me ask you a question.
your logic again. We've been crap this
My
year.
my logic has absolutely ruined your
Been
logic.
crap. We have been crap this year. So should Van Dijk
Correct.
get gone? Should Fabinho get gone? Should who else has been crap?
You
Fucking
want to sell
Robertson's been crap.
Fabinho?
Should they get gone?
You want to sell Fabinho?
Will I sell Fabinho if we got £50 million for him? Yeah. Am I actively
There you are.
pushing for him to leave? No.
There you are. There you are. There you are.
There's a difference.
You were pushing for him to leave 2 months ago.
There's a difference. There's a difference, man. There's a difference between it.
You're so shameless. That's why you're smiling. Yeah, I got you. That
you haven't
specific
though,
point, I
because you're
got
just
you.
being
You
disingenuous.
just scored a massive old
There's a
goal
difference. There's a difference between getting an offer massively over his value and actively looking to sell. I'm not putting Fabinho on the transfer list and saying get out the club. But if someone was to come in and give me 55, 60 for him, I'm snapping your hand off because it's value for money. In the same way that I look at Darwin Nunez, I wouldn't sell Darwin Nunez. But if someone comes in and offers £90 million for him, I'm taking it because I've got 30 million more than I paid for him.
I would sell
It makes
Nunez for
financial
50. I'm
sense.
gonna be with you. Just
That's
take
why
a
I'm
cut
looking
on
at
your
it.
losses. Okay, let me ask you a question now. This just shows whether you're stinky or not. Here's the thing with this midfield thing. Of course, not in real life. I can confirm Tom Little don't smell like shit. Now, let's ask the real questions. I'm gonna give you 2 scenarios. And you're gonna put your balls on the line and answer. Number 1, you can have any 3 midfielders on earth.
Mm-hmm.
even non-realistic.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Number 2, realistic. 3, if Tom Little had the keys. Give me the unrealistic first.
So the unrealistic 3, if I had all
Yes.
the money in the world,
Yes.
is Bellingham off the card? Should we just say Bellingham is off the
There's no
cards?
one
then?
off the cards.
Okay, Bellingham,
Okay, but for
Barella.
the sake of this, actually, you're right. Let's just keep Bellingham off for the sake of it.
Okay, Barella, Macallister, and Declan Rice.
You have Macallister in your unrealistic?
Yes, I think I rate Macallister that highly.
Okay,
You could swap
fair.
him out for Caicedo. You could swap him out for Caicedo, to be fair, but one of Macallister or Caicedo.
No, there's no one off. You're going to put your balls on the line. Choose.
Probably Macallister, because I back Barella to do the defensive
Because you
work.
stink. And the other 3,
Okay,
the
well,
realistic ones.
the realistic ones: Ugarte, Mount, Macallister.
Ugarte, Mount, Macallister. Okay, so my unrealistic one would be Chouameni, Barella,
Mm-hmm. And Caicedo.
and Caicedo.
Mm-hmm.
See how much I have taste compared to this guy. The realistic ones, if I could genuinely get like a 3 that I wanted, Ugarte is number 1 for me. I have to sign him. Number 2 would be Quadio Kone because I really like him. Number 3 would be Kefren Turam. That would be my 3 if I could sign any in the world. So like, I can't lie, my list beats you, and same way I've
Does
beaten you
it?
in the Mount debate.
Chuck a vote up then. Chuck a vote up. Let's see.
What Caicedo? Are you saying there's Caicedo, Chouameni, Barella versus Macallister, Rice, Barella?
I like my midfield. I think my midfield's balanced.
Okay, no problem. Let's do a poll then.
I quite like my midfield.
Okay, let's do a poll. We will see what the people decide. Selection obviously going to vote for you. So here's the thing. So let us start a poll right here, right now. Make sure you all vote. Okay. So your midfield 3 is Rice, Barella, and who?
Mm-hmm.
Macallister. Okay. My 3 is Chouameni.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they're saying put it on Twitter. Okay, no problem. After this, I'm not even. You know what, Tom?
Do it on both. We'll do it on both.
Okay, I'm doing it now on YouTube. Let me make it fair. I'll not say which one's my midfield, which one's yours. You don't say it to anyone either. All I'm gonna do is, I'm literally I'm gonna put a poll on Twitter with both choices. I just want people to choose. Okay, so that's as simple as that. So now it's gonna be my one is Chouameni, Caicedo, Barella. Now we will click ask on this thingy. While they vote, let me just run through the super chats before we wrap up. So big up to, I think we read this one, Ora. Big up to you. This summer will be frustrating. We won't do enough. Let's hope we ain't frustrated because me and Tom Little, I think, will both, be brothers in arms and stop disagreeing. If the club fuck about this summer, I can't lie to you, you're going to see a whole lot of people just get together and just fight the common cause. Big up to selection says Kim Min Jae does not suit the setup. I disagree with this. I think Kim Min Jae does suit it. And the reason why I say that is I just think he's very, 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 very good defensively. And I think he improves us from that element as to where the level where we don't really need him to be like an unbelievable passer, Big up to Jay Krishna says, will Trent play in midfield next season? I think in the interview, Jurgen Klopp came out and said essentially not that he's going to play in midfield, but basically that he's going to be playing in that inverted role, my brother. So I think that's probably a positive indication because kind of like Tom Little was losing his mind a week ago going like, if he doesn't do it, then Klopp is just, and he cussed him out. Big up to Chambe who says, why are you worried about Rice's price tag? Is it coming out of your own pocket? I don't care about price tag. FSG spent, but I agree with you. And Tom agrees with you. We need to spend that much money. We need to spend that much money. But when me and Tom say stuff like that, you need to understand it's not because we are in agreement in the club. It's because we recognize reality. When you recognize reality, you get to a stage where you just have to think about it a little bit here. And if you think about it a little bit, you just have to be real with yourself. If I'm looking at the way Liverpool Football Club spend money, I know for a fact that it's just not real. Because my thing is, if we didn't pay for Bellingham, how are we gonna pay for Rice? They're literally like two sides to the same coin. I'll be sorry with
There's
you.
no
Like
point
they're
in
both
letting
expensive
yourself
signing.
believe stuff that's never going to happen, because then you just get you get your hopes up over something that'll never happen. It just doesn't make sense in my head. Like, I know what this club is going to do, and
100%.
I'm not
Yeah.
going to expect. I can be pleasantly surprised by them, but I'm not going to
Mhm.
expect them to do any difference.
Klopp will make Mount a super starter, no question about it. Nope, he will not. And Mount, if we do sign Mason Mount, which I hope we don't, he's gonna flop at Liverpool Football Club. Mark my words. Same way what I said about Nunez this year, and now he's sitting here on single digit Premier League goals. 64 million pounds. Big up Chombe. Thanks so much for the super chat. There's just as a Chelsea fan, give me 60 million for Mount. Happy man. I've met Chelsea fans who would sell him for 30, 40 million happily. Like that's the thing as well. Like I've met so many Chelsea fans that have just had it fully up to here with Mason Mount. And I think I'm the same for me. I just don't want to sign him under any circumstances. I just don't see him working out for Liverpool Football Club. And finally, Jovi says, would you give up Liverpool signing Bellingham to see Man United lose out on top four this year to Liverpool's goal difference, say 7 goals? Would you, Tom?
No, no, because I don't want to see us miss out on
Haven't we
top
lost out
four.
on Bellingham already, to be fair?
Yeah, like I think he's gone anyway. Like I've
Getting top
accepted
four
that.
by by a +7 of Man United, though, you understand how many jokes we can run on that? Like,
It would be funny, but like it's not what I'm after.
and we
I'm
get Champions
demanding
League
sort of
football
thing.
as well. I can lie to you, Wolves. I know you got something for me. Sam Allardyce, Leeds. I know you got something for me, bro. If we get top four, I'm crashing it on everybody. I'm crashing it on. Let me get Champions League football when I'm a meme. I'm ruining everybody's life. But big up to you, Joby. Thanks so
Oh,
much for
lad,
the super chat.
it'd be funny if we get top four when they're, you know, they're on the way back up. You know, all this era's come to an end and stuff, and then we go get top four after beating them 7-0. Perfect.
I love this. See, look at this, Tom. Finish this stream so I can sleep. You two are the goats. I can't lie to you. Me and Tom Little. This is. I'll tell you, Chombe. Quick story time. You know what? The one thing that made me and Tom Little just laugh our asses off. There was a guy by the name of Scouse LFC with a bunch of numbers. That man used to DM Tom Little like Tom Little.
Oh, 2013, 2014. Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
By the way, he disappeared after we lost all those games. You know, he started speaking to Tom like Tom works for me or always agrees with me. And then you just listen to Husam X Tom Little and you're like, these two just never agree. I don't even remember the last time we agreed on something. I'm gonna be
Oh
sorry.
no, no, we don't
When's the
agree
last?
on
We
fucking
don't agree on
anything.
anything. I'm gonna be so we just disagree on every fucking thing. And some people think like act like, oh, Husam X Tom Little just gonna bro, me and Tom this whole show was built on a 42-minute Curtis Jones debate. Tells you all you need to know.
There he is, LFC 2023-2023. I blocked him eventually. When was his last tweet?
Did you block him?
Yeah, because it just felt fucking stupid. What was his last tweet was in February 15th. February
Oh,
15th.
he fully fucking
What happened around that time? Because if I remember rightly, wasn't that around the time?
Champions League,
Yeah,
no?
a week later we lost 5-2 to Real Madrid in the Champions League. And then
No, I don't know.
we were coming off a losing streak to Brighton, Wolves, Chelsea, Brighton, Wolves, Brentford. So everything that we were saying was right.
You know, for me, what was the most annoying loss, just on a pure annoyance level, Bournemouth. Because I really felt we turned that like a thing after United.
That went the worst one for me this year. The worst one for me this year was
I'm not
Wolves
saying the
3-0.
worst, I'm saying most annoying.
No, Wolves just was the worst, the most annoying. Like fucking Craig Dawson gets a debut goal. You get Joel Matip and Ice Spice and Van Ice was born from that game. Fucking Ruben Neves playing like prime Frank Lampard with his late runs into the box. Like, honestly, that game rattled me to no end. To no end. Like, Bournemouth was just one of them ones where it's like, if you don't laugh, you'll cry sort of thing because we missed the pen. And, you know, it was Bournemouth. And you could see it coming from the moment we conceded. Wolves, it was just, we got battered by Wolves, who at that point in the season hadn't scored like 10 goals. I think a quarter of their goals in the Premier League season at that point came from that one game against us.
Listen to this. This was my reaction.
Shit. Cunha with a cross. Horrible clearance. Back in again. And Wolves are 2-0 fucking up. Wolves are 2-0 up. And we've allowed Craig Dawson to score a goal.
Craig Dawson.
11 minutes.
Craig Dawson.
The Neves goal? Because the Neves goal, I've lost my head watching him make a late run to the box, man. My head went.
I've had quite a few. You know, today I watched back my Brighton reaction. And my Brighton reaction, I was just like, yeah, smile, Jurgen, smile. Because we were like 2-0 up and the fucker kept smiling. I'm like, why? Like, that day, his smile got on my nerves. Was Neves the first goal or the second goal?
The third. It was the third one.
Adama Traore is running. Andy Robertson against Adama Traore. Traore cross, Ruben Neves, and Liverpool are 3-0 down. Liverpool are 3-0 down because we are fucking shit. We are horrible, and there is no saving this football club. We are absolutely finished. We are done. Rest in peace, Liverpool Football Club. I hate this club. This club stinks. It stinks to high heavens. It smells like sewage. Ice Spice loses the ball, and then Bajcetic loses the ball, and then Robertson cannot defend, and then the two strippers as centre backs are leaving so much space, and then Ruben Neves just controls it and slots it past Alisson, and here we are, folks. Wolverhampton Wanderers 3, Liverpool Football Club, the great Liverpool Football.
Oh my God, man!
I'm trying to think what other games could have had a great reaction.
I've actually become a meme so many times this season.
It was that run of games where you were going to get a reaction out of it. To be fair, I reckon your head went in the City one a little bit, potentially. Just because
City one? No, my City one, my head didn't go.
What about, I don't remember you. Oh, what about when Matoma scored the last minute winner in the FA Cup?
You want to know which one my head went? The fully lost Leeds at home earlier on this season.
Play it. I don't think I've heard it. Play it.
Let me check if where is the Leeds one? Yes, here it is. The Leeds one was really bad.
Leeds have fucking scored! Leeds have scored the goal in the 89th minute because we are so fucking crap!
I can't lie. You have to go watch my facial expressions on that one. That one is like the facial expressions is a lot worse. Man. It's a lot worse.
Wait there. You can
Leeds
get my
one,
live reaction to it.
my facial expressions on that one is just. That is when I just threw my pen up the wall. I just lost my mind.
Oh, shut up with your lads.
The comments always have timestamps.
Comments. Where is it? Did you call him scum of the earth at some point?
No.
It doesn't even have the timestamps, Sam. The comments don't have the timestamps.
Yes, they do, bro. I'm literally looking
Oh,
at
I was
them.
on the match reaction. That's why.
Oh, you dumbass.
Liverpool, like 6 months ago. Right, I'm getting the build-up as well.
Across. Bamford. Somerville. Shot and Leeds have fucking scored! Leeds have scored the goal in the 89th minute because we fucking... We are so fucking crap!
Why do you dash the pen at the wall?
The
I just had to dash something. I know I ain't about to dash my laptop at the wall. Hey, I'd rather it be like a big pen.
There was the
than-
desk slam.
Yes.
Oh my god, what have we done to deserve this crap?
I want to know your reaction to the first one though, when Joe Gomez is a fucking bozo.
I can't lie, my reaction wasn't even that bad to that one.
Low, so.
This was the one when Brighton scored the third, right? This was my one right here. I think it
Wait
was.
there.
Are on the attack here. Well done, Trent Alexander-Arnold. Gomez, sorry. Anyway, the Leeds lineup is. Oh my god! Oh!
Well done,
God,
Gomez.
mess it up royally. And Rodrigo makes it 1-0.
Famous last week. Go on then. What's your reaction to the Brighton one?
This is the Brighton third goal.
And Brighton have scored the third goal. Brighton have scored the third goal, and it's Danny Welbeck who scores a goal. Danny Welbeck makes it 3-0 to Brighton. Well fucking done. Smile, Jurgen. Smile, yes. Smile. Smile.
No, I need to go find you with.
I lost. Listen, hey, you could just all you have to do is just go to the popular section. All the losses are there, man.
And the last one I need to find is your reaction to the Matoma goal in the last minute. That's the last one I need to find.
Oh, you're talking about Brighton FA Cup. Oh, that's the one you're
Yes.
talking about.
Brighton FA Cup. This one right here.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. We shall see what happens. Hopefully Brighton don't score. We need to score the winner. So, I think it's Veltman on the free kick, if I'm not mistaken. Pascal Gross, far post. Estupinian. Crossed. Mitoma. Oh my god, Brighton win it at the death. Oh my god, Brighton win it at the death. Oh my goodness gracious me, how shit are we? Oh my god, here we go.
That one was more like a one-off disgust, you know.
Wait there. Is this the one where you... Wait there.
Crossed in. Cleared, well done. Nope. Monts with a shot, and oh my god, Brighton equalise. Brighton equalise, and it's Monts who equalises for Brighton.
I just called him Monts all stream long, you know. I had to run with it. I'm a very.
Oh.
Mike says you both are deluded. Mount Jones and Barella are rubbish. Don't want to see none of them. Mike,
Yeah, get me Milner, Henderson. Who else?
You know. Forget me and Tom's disagreement. Why is Mount and Jones the same statement as Barella? What's wrong with you, Michael? Honestly, Michael, like, are you okay? Did you just include Nicolo Barella with Mount and Jones?
Wait, why is everyone... Were your Madrid reactions funny?
Nah, that was more like I wanted to cry.
Defo, I need to go watch that one then. We all want to see Husam and Pearce.
Chambe says, to be honest, yesterday's stream rattled me. I was angry at it. Why are you angry at me for, Chambe? From yesterday's stream? What did I even stream yesterday? Let me check.
Right, here we go. Which one should we go with first? Comments? 2-1, 2-2, 3-2, 4-2, or 5-2?
Ugarte one rattled you. Why? Because I want us to sign Manuel Ugarte. You got rattled. You were angry at me. Come on, Chambe, man. We're about to start Fabinho. It's 2023, brother. Time to adapt or get left behind. Thank you so much for the super chat. Finally, DC says, why are we looking at players like Mount, Klopp? I've already stated in previous streams. This summer, I'm looking differently at Jurgen Klopp because regardless of what the budget is, he's going to be the one that selects how to spend it. And if you go watch my George Schmatka video, I predicted this to happen because of the egotistical clash, you know? Like, I just think it'll be a problem where Klopp just wants to make all the major decisions, I'm going to be honest with you. But anyway, listen. This is about to turn into a movie. 1 hour, 41 minutes. Fuck me, that's such a long show. This guy just looking at me in pain and laughing because I ruined his takes. By the way,
in behind. Oh, Allison. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Paul ended my midfield won by 55% to 45%. So hold that.
I've got it down as 53-46 on mine.
That's the wrong numbers. Big up to DC Michael.
YouTube's telling me 53-46.
YouTube lying. I'm the content creator. Ijovi Dinishan,
Hold on.
Jayar
You know what though?
Krishnan,
I'm taking that though
Dexter.
because you
Can I
were
big up
dead
the
serious.
people like who can hop out?
Let me finish reveling in my praise first.
What?
You said yours was going to be a clean sweep. You know,
Okay, I'm gonna do
whitewash.
it on Twitter now. You'll see. You need to understand, my subscribers do a lot to piss me off. Messi FC has dedicated a bank account just to annoy the fuck out of me. You understand? He has a bank account with 15 monthly dollars. His role on this channel is to send $1.99 up to the point where he has me fuming. That's genuine. That's Messi FC's job on this channel. Like, you need to understand, my subscribers like pissing me off because I get angry quick. So they inject it into their deepest vein when I'm mad. They love nothing more than when I'm angry. So that's the truth. And you just sit up here and you think it's like a joking thing. Of course, they're gonna
I'm
back
happy
you.
with that. I've left with something. My rice barrel.
Also, my channel like you. You know, I see the comment section of other channels where Tom Little is on. You don't get this love. I'm gonna be real with you.
No, that's because they hate me. They hate me because I speak the truth. I
Where,
was the one
over
on the
there or
I was the
here?
one on the football terrace 3 weeks ago, sitting there saying we'll get top four ahead of United.
Big up my
And
brother.
all
Troops
I
as
got
well.
was dogs. All I got was dogs. And now who looked like the genius now? Because it was
Hey.
Staffy. It was Staffy who sat there on that stream and said to me, How can you even say United are going to lose 3 games? I went, you can
The
do.
top 4 video I told you about, Staffy was on it. I can't lie,
Oh,
Staffy. You know, today was such a weird experience. I had 2 United fans on, 2 Newcastle fans on, and they were both more depressed than me. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? They were just fucking depressed. And the Newcastle fans weren't confident, the United fans weren't confident. That was just a weird experience. But anyway,
How are we confident now? How are we the confident ones?
Tom, you know what it is?
Dog shit.
12:30 p.m. kickoff. Sam Allardyce, Leeds, they need to stay safe. And then the Wolves won. I think Wolves are just good at ruining a party. I'm gonna be real with you. They're just good party
Oh
poopers.
no! See, I last year I just got reminded last year when Wolves
No,
had
but
to play
that's KDB
City.
masterclass. That's different.
Yeah, but Sam, yeah, I don't think you understand how much of my neck I put on the line for a Wolves 1-1 draw that game. And I was onto something if KDB didn't exist. If
Then
KDB
Donker
didn't exist,
scored
I
that
get my
header
1-1
as well.
draw.
Then
No.
Donker scored that header as well. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. Big up to RDC, Michael, Ijovi, Dinishan, Jar Krishnan, Dexter, Messi FC selection, Gagandeep, Payrad, who has the worst super chat of the whole day, who's like, I have no problem with Mount's ability. I just hate the way he looks. Big up to you, though. Big up to Felipe, big up to Ozan K, Joe, Chombe, Qusay, Dale, and Ryan for the super chats. Big up to you guys. This has been absolutely unbelievable, incredible show. Love for the love. Make sure you slap that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're ready to do so. Every single person watching us right now, please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel if you're ready to do so. See, Estonian just summarized it here. People love Tom because Tom chats shit to rattle Husam. Fact.
No, because you know what? I back everything I say.
The
And
Mount
Sam,
one.
Sam knows it. Anything I say is something I actually truly believe.
Yes. Which worries me even more sometimes about you. 100%. Like that can be taken as a negative as well.
When Mason Mount has a blind the next season, I expect your apologies.
And when he flops, what are you going to say? Give him time. Same what you said with Nunez.
Yeah, give Nunez time.
Give him time, but why? Does he also not speak the language? It's
No,
Scouse a
who you on
different
about
language
now?
to English.
Mason Mount speaks English. Who you on about now?
Nunez?
Yeah, I'm giving Nunez time. He's giving me a lot to like. He's showing me.
He's giving you a whole lot of fist bumps. But anyway, where can the people find you, Tom?
You can find me at Tom over the one on Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, the works. Yeah, not really much to say.
The works.
Just enjoy Mason Mount next year.
Thoughts on the new Diaz song?
I haven't heard it yet. Is that I might have done? I don't know. I have to listen to it again. Can we get a read of Hendo?
Thoughts on Henderson comparing himself to Modric, Tom?
Oh, that's
Summarize it in 30 seconds before we wrap up. Let us end it on that. 30 seconds, Tom. Go on.
Sam sits there and says that I'm delusional at times for wanting Mason Mount. Yet true delusion was uttered today when Jordan Henderson a man with probably the third least footballing ability in this whole squad compared himself to the greatest midfielder of a generation because they're both old.
You know, all I'm thinking about is who's the two that you think he's better than?
The two better footballers.
No,
He's
the
better
two
than
worst.
Adrian. He's better than Adrian. And
Who's the second?
can't lie. I think it's Reece Williams. I think Nat Phillips is better than him, so I think it's Reece Williams.
Reece Williams and fucking Adrian. Nah, we're done out here. And he put
Like,
himself.
Jordan Henson still can't receive the ball on the half turn. Like, we get at Mason Mount for being a half turn merchant. Jordan Henson can't turn when he gets the ball. That's why he plays so many backwards passes. He can't. His hips don't work. You know that Shakira song, my hips don't lie. His hips don't turn. His hips don't open
My
up.
hips don't lie, and I'm starting to feel the boy.
Yeah, his lie. He goes to open up and they stay shut. His legs are more shut than a nun. Like, there's nothing. He can't turn. He can't open play. So he just goes backwards all the time.
Senorita, que le como
He compared himself to Benzema as well, didn't he?
For Colombia.
He compared himself to Benzema because Benzema's old as well. Benzema won a fucking Ballon d'Or at 35. You'll be lucky to be in the fucking championship.
He needs to be compared more to Lee Cattermole, I can't lie to you. That's the more fair.
That's a bit harsh. Do you know what Henderson is? Henderson is like, you know, Rio Ferdinand at QPR, but better, like slightly better than that version, that washed up Rio at QPR. Imagine that, but at DM. That's Henderson.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna let you have it. I ain't trying to fight. Make sure you go subscribe to Tom Little's channel.
That's why.
Bro, it's fucking 3:25 a.m. over here. Can you imagine? 3:25 fucking a.m. And also, Chombe requested we end it so he can go sleep. So it's only fair. Big up to you, Chombe, man. Big up everyone in the comments. Ram, you need to find a place where you fucking respond to DMs, you bozo, because you cannot respond. So DM me on Twitter. Where can I DM you? Where you can respond quickly. So love you all. Make sure to go follow Tom Little. If there's one person on earth I vouch for, it's him. This guy's elite. Make sure to go subscribe to his channel. And I'm actually proud of you guys for really supporting him, because every time I go into like the comments when he's live, I see a lot of the names from the guys that are here as well. So big up for the love, man. You guys are real ones.
I appreciate it. I appreciate
100%.
it massively.
Make sure to go support Tom Little, man. And see you guys. I don't know if we're going to go live tomorrow. So see you whenever. Peace out, inshallah. See you.